Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your magnanimous Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 3. We are so glad to have you here. We are coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific, and we are also available on every podcast and our YouTube channel. Come join the live show. Say hi, join the rest of the folks, and we have started a new season. It is a season of our heroes as prophets. These are sci-fi marshals that are honorable, mostly men and women who protect a region of space known as the Nova Alliance. They are part spies, part police, part diplomats, part soldiers. They are the prophets. Tonight we have one of our players, Christopher, gone for the evening, so his character will stay in the background, but we do have 5 other characters to say hello, and let's get an introduction to the scientist of the group, our Professor Fineglass.
Professor Fineglass, usually at the head of the pack, keeping the boys in line and making sure the casualties are at a minimum.
And we have our mechanic, an android named Script.
I am Script, a tall, bald, human-appearing android who, when not being awkward, is busy fixing the ship and trying to keep everything going.
We have a rhino alien-type soldier by the name of Zoma.
Zoma Nosorov, Territor soldier, ready to make aggressive negotiations for glory of profit.
We have our doctor, a small rat folk with a big heart named Dr. Pastuza.
Pilsner Pastuza? And don't listen to Fineglass. He's full of poop.
And we have our pilot in the group, a human by the name of Ash.
Yeah, and Ash Schermerhorn III. If it flies, I can fly it, and if it doesn't fly, I'll make it fly.
Great. That's an introduction to our characters. A quick check-in here. We are playing the Mutant Chronicles 3rd Edition system. If you're interested in learning more about it, we do have an audio about 2 episodes back that goes over the rules. In short, players are trying to roll some dice underneath their target numbers. They can buy extra dice by using successes that they roll to pass around each other, or even giving me threat points so they can get extra dice, and then I can use those threat points against them later. Right now, let's get a recap of what happened last time. And our last recapper had a bit of a race to get here, and I think we should change things up a little bit this season. So let's get a recap from Seth.
Hello! Don't trust Tom either. The prophets of Lance 2 started the episode making excuses and trying to mitigate the mess they made of the hospital when trying to help the boy that was left there. They do some poking around and find that the boy was on board a mining ship called the Calliope. So they head to the shipyards, enter the vessel after getting no response, trying to communicate with it. Things take a violent turn when Script is attacked by the crew members who are afflicted with the same condition that the nurses and the security guards had from the hospital, all red-eyed and clawsy. The fight ends explosively by Script, just lighting everything on fire. Once back at the Citadel, Professor Fineglass has a tense moment with Captain Valencia. Anybody who has witnessed season 2 may have had some flashbacks with Tom and Tim making everybody else feel super awkward. Valencia pretty much told him to quit fucking things up and to get out there and be useful. Once that was done, the crew hitch a ride with a Navy ship to the middle of damn to nowhere. To get dropped off in the shittiest of shitty shuttles. That's where
It's got hydraulics that rise up.
Yeah. Yes. That's where the boy was picked up from that ship, Calliope. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
Our heroes are in a shuttle that is a civilian craft of ill repute. It is broken down, looks like it's been through quite a bit, but that is part of their disguise, as our prophets are in a region of space known as the Frontier. This is not part of any particular domain or region of space. It is the wilds of space. They are here searching out the source of what has happened to a young boy and this energy power that is affecting him. The boy was found floating out in space by a ship some time ago, and our prophets have returned to investigate. Upon arriving, they've been dropped off by a larger naval vessel, which is now left, and our heroes are now in a shuttle. 2 locations were spotted in this large asteroid field. A trading facility attached to one of these asteroids, and then a solar energy array that is also located in this region. Closing in on the trading facility, our heroes are in this shuttle seeking some sort of answers. On board the shuttle, we have 4 intact crew members of our pilot, who's flying at Ash. Next to him is the good ratfolk doctor, Pastuza. Not too far away is the mechanic, Script, who's making sure everything in the life support in the shuttle is working just fine. And then the soldier in the back is Zoma. Also in the back is our mystic Velu, who is got his legs crossed and doing some meditative thing, and he needs to just get his zen going for a while, so he's going to stay in the shuttle. He's let you know a little bit earlier on. Last but not least is the Professor Fineglass, who has gone through a bit of a metamorphosis that happens from time to time. He is now looks like extremely dehydrated. He's incredibly shriveled. His strange, slightly mushroom shape. I don't know. I'm envisioning him looking much more like a tamale husk right now at this point. And he is, I think, attached to the back of the soldier Zoma, right?
It's a lot worse than it feels.
Okay.
Worse than it feels.
And that is our situation as the shuttle is closing in on this station. You can see the station is called Arc Rise, ARC space RISE. The Arc Rise, as you get closer, is more than just a trading station. It is essentially a giant U shape of a station. It looks like it's been around for a long time, probably repurposed for many different groups, organizations, or whoever had control over it. And now in the central section, there are a couple ships that are being repaired and one that's being manufactured. That's very industrial. You can see there's smaller ships moving pieces around, lots of maintenance flyers moving around and welding, and all this stuff and action is happening as our heroes are slowly making their way in the shuttle to the dock of the Arc Rise. My question for you all is, what is your approach as you arrive here with how you are dressed and what weapons are you bringing?
The doctor's in his lab coat with pistols tucked away.
Really want to confirm what the manual says about how to approach people in the wilds. We don't exactly have jurisdiction out here, fellas, and I want to make sure that we do it by the book, as it were. Keep ourselves safe, right? Take care of the two that aren't here. So I'm thinking that we follow the guidelines and really hone in. Maybe not wear badges exactly. Let's take a look. What's it say?
You look in the manual, and you know the manual better than anyone else, Ash. What does it read?
So here's a fun fact. Chapter 6, The Wilds. The wilds are rough. They're dangerous, and space kills. A lot of things in space can also kill you, not just because you're a prophet, but because you're mortal. Do you know that?
I'll be wearing this, and it's just his regular engineer mechanic's gear.
All right. So my question is, are you guys identifying visually that you're prophets?
No.
According
Negative.
to the manual,
No.
we should not, because we have no jurisdiction out here. There's no reason to represent being the prophets. Also, it says don't go. So we've got that.
And then my other question again about weapons. This is definitely a Han Solo vibe where everyone could have a pistol type unless you hear otherwise when you arrive. But the question is, are you bringing larger weapons? We have like a submachine gun with Zoma and an assault rifle with Ash.
Yep. Ash will carry his assault rifle.
Okay. Yes, all right. Good to know. Another thing that's interesting to know is that ships travel slower than communication in this universe. So the communication that goes between systems normally arrives before you guys do. And what happens is once you arrive at a system, you will receive a data package that will unload information from where you came, the messages that are now catching up to you. As Ash...
Actually, we're catching up
You're
to
catching
them.
up to the information. As Ash is piloting towards the docks, and you get a quick little transponder ping showing you which dock port to land at, there's a huge, large freighter that's slowly flying overhead, and you duck down low. The space traffic control is pretty poor here, and they're just get to this destination. You're having to duck and dodge. When Dr. Pastuza, you hit the button, and an incoming data package comes in with several bits of information. You get an automated message from the Citadel AI. And the Citadel AI says, incoming message from the Citadel, priority level 4. Greetings, Prophets, this message is for Lance 2 regarding a new low priority assignment.
Skip. It's priority 4. We don't do anything for less than 6, okay? Sorry.
The planet Yenvis has reported several attacks on key industrial sites that their local security is having trouble resolving. Operator Richard Davlin of Blue Line Incorporated has requested assistance. You can find Davlin on the North Rig in the planet's northern hemisphere. Bring an end to the attacks and report back to the Citadel your results. Operator Richard Davlin of Blue Line Incorporated.
So that was from Operator?
That
Or
was
from the Citadel.
That was from the Citadel. I was just repeating that one. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Computer repeat message?
The planet Yenvis has reported several attacks on key industrial sites that their local security is having trouble resolving. Operator Richard Davlin of Blue Line Incorporated has requested assistance. You can find Davlin on the North Rig in the planet's northern hemisphere. Bring an end to the attacks and report back to the Citadel your results. Message will delete in 5 seconds.
Dude, listen, I heard that 4 times because I'm listening to this on okay, and I still need to repeat it. Okay, I got it. Davlin.
Then you hear another message. This is Nova News. Today marks the anniversary of the QLN massacre. 6 years ago to the day, Eclipse vessels folded near the planet Haven and destroyed the civilian space station QLN. This unprovoked attack ended in the loss of 1,381 lives. Tensions between the Nova Alliance and the Eclipse domain remain high to this day. In entertainment news, Rixie, the beloved animated puppet from Rixie's Bookworm House, has been decommissioned. Known for his years of teaching children how to read and providing free stories to children of all ages, this beloved children's icon had been out of the spotlight and neglected for years. He was found abandoned and badly damaged last week in a trash bin outside a local big boy pleasure hut. Attempts to restore Rixie failed. In his last moments of power, the beloved Muppet spoke his final words through a damaged speaker. Kill all humans. Want to earn good credits? Want bosses that don't ask questions? Not afraid of hard work? Drop by Wendell's Winch in the Arkwright shipyard. No K-tags. This has been Nova News.
Poor Rixie.
Poor Ben.
That is the end of your data package.
Where was he found again?
Back of a dumpster behind the
Big Boy's Playhouse.
Big boy pleasure hut.
Noted.
Gonna need that for later.
Is there a location?
Ash is like, which of the many branches? Does my punch card work for all? All of a sudden, there is a vessel right in the way. Ash, make a space roll, please. It is a maintenance drone, a two-person operated little vehicle that's a kind of a vertical-shaped flyer. They are flying right in your path.
Okay, rolling it. That is a success. Yes, I pass.
With a success, you pass and you collide lightly with the vessel and slightly damage your ship and slightly damage them, but they carry on as though this happens all the time. Ash gives out some huge big curse for someone doing that to him.
Ash,
Mother butter.
this shuttle is in no condition for you to fly like that.
It wasn't me. It was that licorice that just passed.
Always blaming the smaller guy.
There is
It wasn't me.
There's a light that's flashing up ahead, and some big doors start to separate to accommodate your vessel as you are slowly entering the space station itself.
Did we answer the question of what we're wearing and how incognito we are or not?
Plain clothes.
Yeah, we're plain clothes. Do we have a cover story?
Yeah.
Party March.
we
I mean, look at this place. Do we need a cover story? How many people are going to be asking questions out here?
You never know.
If anybody asks, the rat is in charge.
don't hide your guns. I think it's okay to have them out invisible. That would make for less questions. Or whatever.
I think it might be suspicious for Doctor to have weapon.
It's my gun is always hidden.
Oh, okay.
And like Script has kind of tools around, and like the gun is somewhere in that like series of tools.
Okay.
It would take a more than a cursory inspection to find it, but it's not, concealed. It's just sort of lost in the
There.
mix.
All right.
All right, and now you should wear a vest with this one. Undo the top button, the second button, 2 buttons down. Okay, that's good. You! And Ash is going to start going around the ship, literally, and just dressing you, backing and forth.
I'm on Zoma's back.
Yeah. Again, he's a husk.
Make him look more like a flower.
Just blow dust off of it and just, like, polish it a little bit.
Oh, Beatrix.
For all you FAA fans, that's quite a callback. You fly the shuttle in slowly into this dock. It passes through a force field. The entire ship, the station is darkish, reddish, almost rusted looking. There are plates upon plates of welded on top. Everything's just, can it still function? Looking nice. Pre-planned has been thrown out the window many years ago, and you come into this dock. As you arrive and bring your ship down, it's like a platform with a big drop, and then maybe 100 feet there's another platform with a big drop, and another platform with a big drop, and then connecting all these is a long curved concourse, and from that are your ramshackle, sketchy, like airport type things of like crappy restaurant. There's some sort of kiosk for information. There's like that news outlet that sells candy and like head pillows, that kind of stuff is what you see, but much more grungier. There's a mishmash of people as the shuttle comes down and settles. A dockhand comes out as you all step out, and he gets a little swipe of some ID from you, Ash, and takes the docking fee. And the prophets have arrived at the Ark Rise station. It smells like sweat and a lot of industrial chemical, like burnt rubbery type smell is common. There's a big drop below, and you can see there's a bunch of welding and stuff going on, and there's either a lot of activity of 10 people moving in a unison, all wearing like work uniforms, or there's not much going on at all. And that's what you see right now. What would you like to do?
I want to see if there's a clinic on here. Or
Really?
somewhere where they take. Well, yeah, we gotta. Maybe somebody with those same symptoms has been here. Right? Where else do you want to check?
Maybe there is security station we could get inside of. Take a look at cameras to see who else has arrived. Try to find the cloaked individuals if they came back. We came here.
Yeah, not, don't know if there's a way we could see when the Calliope was here last. If it was here at all, this would certainly be a place it may have stopped off. So you can check for those?
Sure. Let's go to security first.
All right, you guys head out. You find a little information kiosk and get directions to security. As you do so, Zoma, you hear a terribly odd sound on your back, a sound coming from Professor Fineglass, a sound you've never quite heard him do before as he comes out of this comatose-like state.
That was so much worse than I expected. Oh my
God!
That was terrible.
I want to apologize to our audio-only listeners. I got a burst of that too.
There's people on a bus going, God damn!
Not him again! It's got to be a drinking game.
I suspect Dr. Fineglass has expired.
He's molting.
Oh,
What's going on back there?
where am I? Where are we?
And I'll like drop the backpack and face him the right way.
Yes.
You're with us. You're okay.
He now looks three-dimensional once again.
What that sound was just moisture, like zooming into his body and reanimating him.
Here, and I'll like unzip my backpack and let him out.
Professor,
Then unfold.
welcome to Ark Rise.
Ark Rise.
We're at a space dock in the frontier, right near where that poor boy was picked up by the Calliope. We're here to investigate. Per your orders.
Ah, yes, the boy. How long have we been here?
About an hour.
7 years.
Feels like 7 years.
Excellent. Oh, what leads do we have so far?
Well, we're gonna go this direction.
That sums up our leads. Yeah.
The hall says one way.
Same amount as
And it's
usual.
the other way.
Very well. Any news from
Dr. Pastuza is knocked over by a woman, and you fall unceremoniously hard to the deck, and she goes running by with a satchel under her arm. She appears to be maybe 5 foot tall and a blue-skinned creature who's running like crazy, looking back over her shoulder. You can see some distance away, like 50, 60 yards, is another Arkoi, that is the same race as Professor Fineglass, who says, "Stop her!" And that is what has happened to our poor doctor.
Whoa!
Doctor, are you all right?
Whoa!
I'll help the doctor up.
All right.
Thank you. What's
Here you
that
go.
about?
Obviously, somebody stole something. Should we investigate that?
The Arcoy is coming running up to you.
Hard to
slowly.
imagine that it happens and we're not supposed to.
You can do whatever you want.
Fine Glass gets the attention of this other Arcoy.
Chekhov's gun, huh?
Gumdrops.
What's going on?
Oh, to the other Arcoy?
Yeah.
All right. He
Ash
looks at.
takes off after the woman.
All right. The Arcoy looks at you and goes.
We start bobbing heads.
Some giant peacock feathers come out on each of them.
Arcoy are weird.
I'm going with Ash.
He says, "Oh, did she hurt you, little one?" And he pats you on the head, Doctor.
I'm fine, thank you.
And you were running after
I
her?
am.
All right, Ash running after her. And he starts trotting after you, Ash, and he's half your speed. And you can tell, Professor, that he is an older fellow of your race. And stop her! And Ash, you are chasing after her. She starts diving in between some little stalls that are set outside on the concourse and runs. And she is going to try and outrun you. Let's make an athletics roll, please.
0 successes.
0 successes. She gets further and further and further away. You barely have any sight on her. She now runs between two buildings further deeper into the station. It's some small, like a mall corridor towards a bathroom type area. And you go racing after her. You see several doors. You're not sure exactly which one. You open another. Are you fast enough to catch up to her? Again, this is your last chance to try and beat her.
She's wily.
And I'm going to spend one of my threat points to add an additional die.
Oh, you know what? Take one more threat back, and I will also add an additional die.
Countering that. Ah!
1.
There is also a success on her end and a repercussion, and I will lose 2 threat because of that. You see the door is slowly closing of the one she's gone down. You bang open that door. There is some dark corridor she's running through, jumping over some cable bundles, and she's still the same far distance. She's trying to lose track of you. She's going to run away again. She just needs to beat you a little bit more.
I'm going to give you one more threat so I can take 3 die.
I'm doing the same.
Slow down. How does she breathe in this place?
I got 1.
2.
2, you close up the distance. She is just out of reach as she slams open another door, slams it into your face. You kick it open. You're right on her tail. Go again.
I'm going to give you one more threat. I'm going to keep rolling 3
I'm
dice.
not going to spend that. I will gain that. None.
There's 1. I
Okay.
pass.
You run up behind her, and what do you want to do? You're right behind her. She's running full speed.
You said she was holding a satchel?
Yes.
I'm going to reach for her, but I'm going to keep a grip on the satchel, and the other arm I'm going to just kind of grab around her.
Okay.
You said she's blue? Is she about my size? She's humanoid?
She's humanoid, 5 feet tall.
5
She's
feet tall.
totally gaseous. No, she's 5 foot tall.
Yeah, so I will just reach out and grapple her and try to grab a hand on the satchel. that she
Okay.
has.
You grab a hand of the satchel. She turns around and delivers a swift kick to your nuts. You can either take a point of damage to your torso or let her go.
I will take the hit.
All right.
And grunt manly.
What's that sound like? Okay. She kicks you hard and says, "Let go of me! Let go! It's mine!"
I'm taking soak for that, right? That's just a straight.
That's
Nut
pure. That's she has armor piercing.
Armor
Steel
piercing
toe
nut
boots.
damage.
Boots.
Hey, why are you running off when being chased by a guy?
She yanks and yanks on the satchel.
Easy.
Make another athletics roll.
I'm gonna just roll 2. Ooh. Just confirming I don't have focus. That's a success.
Okay, you hold on to it. Both. It's a big tug of war, and the satchel starts to open up, and a book falls out. A big, thick book, an honest-to-God, not a data pad, not some video, but a leather-bound book with lots of pages, comes tumbling out and clatters on this darkened corridor floor deep in the recesses of this station.
Ash lets her go and goes for the book.
Okay. She runs off. She is going to choose to leave the satchel as well, and she runs off for just to escape the whole thing. And you hear her footsteps go down the corridor, and you have the satchel and book in hand.
Can I read the book? Or can you see a title of it?
Making it? No. You.
I feel so strong.
The book is entitled The Edge of Polaris. You see there are also 2 other books, similarly with large leather-bound covers, and the other 2 books are entitled Pilot Northbound and Lords of the Ocean. And those are the only 3 things within this book. Within the satchel.
In satchel?
Yeah.
Are these familiar titles?
No.
Okay.
What was the name of the first book?
The Edge of Polaris.
Ash will pick up the satchel, put the book back in with the other 2, and start heading back.
Speaking of heading back, the victim of this crime, the Archoi, returns back to you, Professor, in particular, and says, "Oh, she's gone! She took my bag!
What did she take from you?
She took... Why don't we have the same accent? She took...
Different sides of the planet.
You should have seen me trying to do the mouse thing last season. Jesus. I deal in rare, valuable things, and she stole property of mine.
Of course you do. You're an Archoi. But what did she steal?
He gets close and whispers in your ear, books.
Books.
Dum, dum, dum.
No, there's no H. Books.
Yes, I said that. Books. What kind of books? Like actual manuscripts?
Yes, with handwritten pages. They're quite a find. I have a buyer.
Handwritten.
Yes, but they're gone.
Where did you find them?
I am a bit of a collector myself, and this is my business.
Well, yes, you're an Archoi, of course. Yes, you are.
You
but
can't just say, yes, of course you're an Archoi and get away with everything. This isn't the 90s.
Archoi are their race is kind of archaeologists in general, but
Archaeologist? Thank you.
What do I do now?
Wait.
The police here are useless. That's thousands of credits.
Show him the thing.
Gone.
Show him the
Professor
thing.
Gone,
Fine
I
Glass.
say.
Professor
Gone.
Show him the thing. It's cool. It's cool when you do it.
Do you know who
Totally gone.
Do you know who that person was?
No.
That knocked me over and stole your things?
No, never seen her before. Do you?
She just ran up and grabbed your bag?
Yeah, he checks. I have everything else.
How valuable
Ash.
is this item to you?
Ash, where are you?
I'm walking. There's a stall next to me. There's a brown stall. There's an arrow above me.
Did you
Says one
find?
way.
That's
Did you?
nice, Ash,
Did
yeah.
you find the lady?
Oh yeah. No, I found her. She's wily.
What is she?
Well, she's gone. I don't know where she is.
She had a satchel with her.
Yeah, no, I have that. I got
Oh,
it.
you have it.
Yeah.
That's good news.
No, there's really interesting things in here, Professor. There's books.
Books.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're much heavier than the data pad I've had to carry before. Hey, are those?
Okay, so we'll talk later.
These look really tasty. Are these for sale?
Bring me back some.
It's a Cinnabon.
I didn't catch your name, good sir.
My name is Patal. And who are you?
My name is Professor Fineglass.
Well, if you're ever in the market for some luxury literature, as I like to say, I'm your man. And he gives you a little flick of his wrist for some equivalent of a digital card from wrist to wrist.
I'll tell you what. How about we can come by your little shop and I'll return your books to you.
Oh, no, I was delivering the books to us shops. And how would you get them?
How far away is Ash?
We have our ways.
Well, you look like I'm guessing, and I'm very good at judge of characters. You look like purveyors of fine goods yourselves with some slack-jawed mercenary here, he says, motioning towards the rhino with the submachine gun.
There's nothing slick about my jaw.
Well, as you know, purveyors of fine goods, they do have to have their hired help and protection for themselves. So.
Bing. Hey, Professor.
Yes.
I found some Froyo. Does anyone else want the Froyo? Looks really sketchy. But
Ash, get back here as soon as you can.
Well, hang on.
Yeah.
It's not every day you come across Froyo.
We don't have time for space, Froyo.
Okay, none for Professor. Raspberry cinnamon.
2 Froyos coming up.
Get one for Velu. He would like that.
I'm gonna get 3 Froyos, but let's not tell him I ate it, okay?
Patal, who was this customer you were delivering to?
Why do you ask?
I just want to know if we were to find the books, where we should take them.
Oh, I'm located at the Beach Motel, as it's called. It doesn't have a lot of frills, but it keeps costs down when I make my deliveries here from time to time.
And who? But if we,
Patal.
right. Well, we'll keep you informed, and if we find something, we'll let you know.
I thank you, and please.
Hey, by the way,
Yes?
how long have you been on station here?
I just arrived maybe less than an hour ago, but I come by probably once a month.
Have you heard any scuttlebutt about
Any what?
scuttlebutt?
Right? really got a hold of that one, didn't you?
Any scuttlebutt about strange goings on with maybe NRG forces and people growing white claws,
Our,
glowing eyes.
we're not known for our faith. Have you come to a crisis?
No. Let me put you at ease there. As still
Script is behind Fine Glass. He's like,
doing the crazy sign.
I was just wondering. Heard the rumors.
No, I don't know. If you're looking for rumors, I'd say go check out the best bar in town. They've got a whole cadre of people that come and go. Or check with the security here, but I don't have a lot of faith in them.
Could use a good drink. What's the name of the bar?
Rot Root. It's on the other concourse. It's a bit of a walk. Ash, as you are walking back with several Froyo in hand,
Got them stacked. Made it real easy. Except the satchel's heavy.
someone stops you with a hand on your shoulder, causing you to drop one of them. Whose did you just drop?
I'm gonna be very clear. The ones that I had to
Do you want to spend a hero point for
really
that?
see if I can save this one. I had 3 stacked, right?
Yes.
I had the boysenberry with little gummy bears, and I had the plain vanilla, because there's always one.
Right.
It just needs to plain vanilla. And then there was the raspberry brulee, which was balanced very well, I might add, right on the top. Had it ready to go. Was watching where I was going until I got stopped and just fell in front of me. So I've got the plain vanilla, and I've got the boysenberry with I don't know if it's really boysenberry. It's purple, right? It could be something different. There's got little gummy bears in it. The raspberry is dropped. Drop that one.
Splattering on the ground, a guy with gaunt features and a human with skin slightly peeling off of his face as though he's had been through a really bad sunburn. And some raggedy-looking jacket over his shoulders says, Hey, you looking for some fun, friend? You want to escape?
I mean, I got Froyo, so I don't need much more fun than that. I think, friend. I think we're pretty good here. Little mishap there. It's a little boo-boo.
He opens up a pocket flap on his jacket, an oversized jacket, and pulls out a half-size rescue inhaler, and says, "I'll get you a good price. Just 40 credits."
Ooh, that's it's not a great price. Does Ash know what he's looking at?
You do not. He looks over his shoulder in this concourse area. All right, 35.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna pass this time, but I'm gonna come back by here. I gotta get more Froyo, and when I do, you come find me. And then
What a waste! And he slaps the plane out of your hand. It splatters to
Someone gonna be really. I gotta. Not sure if I can. Maybe I should go back. What a rude.
And the Patal waves goodbye to them unless there's anything else. Let me know if you find anything. I'm going to keep looking for.
Very quickly, sir. You say this is... You've only been here for a short time today, but you come often?
Yes.
Has this happened to you before?
Does he have permission to speak on your behalf?
I am security protocol.
It's fine.
All right.
Just
Has
talk
this
to him
attack-
as you would normally
Has
talk
attack
to
like
somebody.
this happened to you before?
A couple months ago, someone tried to jump me. They had a knife and wanted to take everything.
You might want to hire security of your own.
How much do you charge?
More than you can afford.
I'll keep that in mind.
I serve for glory.
All right. And he starts looking around, trotting awkwardly, trying to find this lady. What would you guys like to do? Oh, you do see
As Ash walks right by him with a satchel.
You do see Ash returns, and he's got a satchel and a little bit of frozen yogurt in hand.
It's mostly melted.
You didn't bring any for us?
Didn't go as planned. I had 3. They were really good. Had the plain vanilla. Was that been you, Doc? You had a vanilla guy? It's not. There was a guy. He had an inhaler. I really don't remember, but I lost him. This is delicious.
So you chase lady with backpack, no problem.
Yeah.
Guy with inhaler, big problem?
Why? Had hands full of Froyo.
Okay.
I mean, when your hands are full,
Did he give you a taste of
Raspberry
the
cinnamon?
inhaler?
he hit my Froyo.
So, man with asthma beat you up.
He was an angry little gummy bear.
Hey, you! Says a guy to you, Ash. You're just getting your ass kicked on this already. And you see a guy with some slightly big, puffy shoulder pads with some epaulets on it, with security big across his chest. Point a fat finger at you. He's got a thin, greasy-looking mustache, and he's got a combat helmet on that is totally over the top for what's going on in this area. And he points at you. Yeah, you, come over here. And he's motioning you to walk 15 feet over because he's not stepping over towards you.
Okay. Ash takes off the satchel and hands it to Zoma.
No. Bring everything you got.
Zoma, come with.
Now that Zoma is everything he's got.
Yeah, I think
Pastus
we're all
is
sort
going
of
over.
gonna show a force that a
Ash
little bit.
will start walking towards his rifle is mounted on the chest there.
All right.
Hand rested there.
He says, no. Just you, the human, and the one with the horn. You two. The rest of you stay back. The rat stays back. The mushroom stays back. The pale thing stays back.
The dick stays there.
That's all right, Doc.
Glares at you. Let's go. You come over.
I start walking towards you.
He kind of leans on one hip with a bit of arrogant swagger, has his jacket open slightly and has his hand on his pistol, moderately threatening, and taps on your assault rifle hanging around your chest, I believe you just said.
Yep.
Says, these aren't allowed around the concourse, you understand? I'm guessing you're new around here.
Yeah, I just came in.
I'm not going to say we don't take kindly to you in these parts, but you can't have something like that. There's fines for that.
What kind of fines?
Pretty hefty fines. Talking 150 credits minimum.
Well, that's not something I want to take care of. What should I do with it?
Well,
He was not expecting that.
You mean you're gonna listen to me?
It's your lucky day.
Nobody's ever cooperated before.
I'm glad to hear it. I just lost a Froyo, so I'm a little looking for some luck.
I can help out you and your friend with your unauthorized weapons, and I can get you a permit right now. Print it out in your hands, and then you're good to go.
Sounds great.
All right. That'll be 100 credits each, 200 total.
Well, that's better than the fines. Is it in your office that we get these printed out?
Right here, right now.
You have the printer on you?
Or do we just take the weapons now and we just don't ever give them back to you?
Yeah, let's take them to your office where you can have them locked up, and I'll pick them up after we leave. We may have to pay a fine then, but we'll follow you.
Hand over the weapons then.
We'll follow you. I don't hand anything off. I'm afraid I need to make sure it's in a secure
I've got a satchel in one hand and Froyo in the other. What could I do?
I will say, though, as I understand it, if this is a loose item and it is dangerous to have here, we're not here for breaking rules. Lord knows, I like some rules. But I also need to make sure that these don't fall into the wrong hands. I've already run across 2 very rough people in the little time that I've been here. So what we should do is, if we can't have these here...
He
for our
leans
own
into his
protection-
shoulder and says, "Yeah, this is Officer Cole. I need backup at 13.
Hey, we can go with you to where your team's going.
Hand
right
over
now.
your weapons now." And he draws his pistol but keeps it at his
I
side.
disarm his pistol.
Okay.
Hey, profit training. If someone pulls a weapon on you at front, you immediately disarm to de-escalate the situation. Disarming the pistol.
Did you say de-escalate?
De-escalate.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
It's just
He's got
major.
his hand on top of his
that-
hand on the
that's-
holster. Like,
All right.
no guns.
Make an unarmed combat roll. You need a difficulty 3.
Oh!
Wow. That's going to be pretty fast. He likes his guns, it seems like. I'm gonna actually use a hero point
Yeah.
Using a hero point.
to set a die to 1 right now for an immediate success, and I'm going to spend 1 threat for 1 more die.
So Jeremy, as he spends the hero point, not only gets a die, but gets to set it at an automatic success, which is huge. And you're spending a threat. Thank you.
And spending a threat.
I have 12.
That is a pass.
You passed?
I passed.
He has it out, is threatening you, and you sense some sort of slight vertical motion. You grab onto it and just Jackie Chan the hell out of his hand. And where is it? It's your call.
As I have it, I will keep it.
With, again, bag in one hand, I think, and Froyo in the
Froyo in
other.
the other.
How is this happening?
It's a Froyo toss. It's very clear.
I'm
Right.
picturing you toss up the Froyo and I go to catch it, but you just like do all that stuff before I can do anything.
Froyo tosses up. He looks up. I reach down, pull the gun behind my own belt. I immediately disarm, catch Froyo.
As soon as Ash does that, Zoma leans into the guy and says, "Like you said, that's 100 credits for protection."
Make a persuasion roll. And I think you get a benefit for intimidation racially as well, if I recall correctly.
Do
Maybe I have. I could
don't
totally
know
be
about that.
wrong. I'm bringing up your race like this is critically. You are
I always have a
Territor.
weapon 'cause of
Is
my
it a talent?
horn. No.
No, you do not have that ability. I stand corrected.
It's a
Might be a different race.
persuasion, so that's difficulty 2, right?
No, just difficulty 1. I don't think you're known for this though.
1 success.
That's a pass.
sorry.
All right. He backs off without making any additional attack and just says, "All right, just everyone stay cool."
Listen. We do not want trouble. Ash, give officer his weapon.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And Ash will toss the Froyo again, and whip the pistol out and get it into his hand, and then
Now
back.
turn around and chase woman who went that way.
He takes the pistol and holsters it, watching Zoma very closely. Holsters his pistol, does the little snap over the top on the pistol, and backs away. Takes a step action.
I think I'm over
And walks away and down the concourse, looking over his shoulder at you guys, whispering something into his shoulder a couple times, and continues to walk away.
Hey, he never gave us the permits. Should we go to the office? We'd follow up on that.
Don't worry about the permit. And I'll take the satchel and I'll just put it, like, kind of sling it over my back for him.
In the fine glass bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of fine glass, he walks up to you guys. Whatever we're doing here, we need to do it fast. We're not making any friends.
Yes, I think going to security might no longer be option. They don't like me very much.
Oh, it's an option.
No,
Just may not be a good.
good option, yes. But when has that ever been a problem? Up to you, Doctor. Your direction.
Let's go check the security office out. That was our original plan, and then after that, we'll go to. Hopefully, they have a doctor here who
Sick
can
bay?
give us some information.
All right, you guys are going to the security office.
Yeah, checking the kiosk for
Right after.
main security level.
Script is gonna hold like does not compute.
What's our success rate script of getting anything done here?
If we go security first, very low. 18.3%. And dropping.
with each communication.
Each word spoken. You make your way through this area looking at some dirty electronic maps, getting some grime off of them. You can find your way towards the security office. It takes a little bit of effort, but you finally arrive. It is a plasticine door with some, it's very bunker looking from the outside compared to some of the nicer, the more commercial related restaurants and such outside. You can see some people are cooking some roots, which are some common space food that some areas have, and they flavor them with lots of different flavors. It all smells pretty over the top, almost burning your eyes at times with how intense the flavor is. And you make your way into the security office. As you go in, there is a lady who looks more civilian-ish, who is sitting behind a desk. The place looks old, not well kept. A couple of metal desks, some old semicircular computer monitors. There's some corridors with some thick metal flat bars, pretty basic, Mayberry-ish, if we will, in space. And this lady looks up and she takes some glasses off and says, "Can I help you?"
Well, perhaps you can. Have you had any strange goings-on, however you like to say? Has there been anything happening here lately that you would find odd?
Well, one second. And then she starts tapping away at her computer, and then she picks up a little device and says, "No, they're here. No, they're here at the security. Right, please.
9.3%.
Go on. Tell me in detail what you need."
No.
Start from the beginning.
Pastusha, lock the door.
No?
Professor, don't forget to ask her about permits. Apparently, we need to make sure we're following the codes.
We're looking for a mission boy. Perhaps he's been on the station.
And what is this boy's name? She looks visibly nervous.
Well, I don't believe I have that information.
So you're just looking for any boy you can't.
Hey, Professor Epstein.
It was Ghislaine the entire time.
He was under the care of a Dr. Gibbs.
All right. I don't know if any doctor by that name.
Okay.
How do you spell that? There's like a bead of sweat going down her cheek.
Listen, you can stall as long as you want. We took care of your security one time. We'll do it again. Or you can answer the questions.
I'm complying in every way.
Panic button, panic button, panic button, panic button. Just get the shotgun ready under the same.
Can we go now? We are in trouble.
I know you're not used to people coming here and answering or asking questions of you, but I cannot stress enough how serious this situation is.
The door slides open and 3 security officers come running in, each with shotguns out and pointed. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
Script complies.
Boop, script's down. Into sleep mode.
Hey, fellas,
Asses on the ground now! Drop those weapons!
we're not holding weapons. Fellas, what did we do?
Make a persuasion
That's not good for anyone involved.
to Mr. Ash, who is terrible at human contact in every way possible.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah, don't. I fail.
You have until the count of 4, or we start blasting.
Fine glass.
She scoots her chair out of the
4
way.
is a weird number. Why 4? I don't understand.
Fine glass just walks kind of
5 would be so, but
But 3 makes sense.
he debates this for some time. There's a quorum over 15 minutes. There's a secret ballot to decide.
Robert's Rule of
Do
Order.
you want to change that number?
All right, so we all agreed on 5. All right, get your asses in 5 seconds.
You're fucking dead! You're fucking dead! 3! I can do this all night.
Is one of these 3 the security guard from earlier?
Yes, he is absolutely not in front. You see, there's 3. The one who is second has Chief in front.
Zoma is still standing. His
And that was a fail. Yeah. Okay. So they're giving you a
so-
countdown. Go ahead.
his gun is on his back, but I do have a pistol that is always hidden. And he looks through to the security guard he had a problem with earlier. He just smiles at him, and as he kind of lowers himself to the ground, he goes, "This is not the mistake you wanted to make today, young man." And he'll reach very slowly to his, I guess it's not a wallet, it's a ID patch on his wrist, and just hologram of his Prophet ID will just kind of shine. I don't know if it's like a hologram or this little
Sure.
thing. It just shines, and it's Agent Zoma Nasorog, weapons expert. You have the whole,
With the whole thing laid out
biography.
there.
Just, we are here for secret mission, and you are fucking it up. Make me roll that. Yeah, and then I'll comply, but I'm still staring daggers at that guy.
The guy in the lead with they all have shotguns. The guy in the lead with the shotgun right at you goes 2, and the guy behind him that says Chief, who is kind of like a old shaggy doggish looking character, says hold on now. And he puts his gun aside and pushes the gun out of the way and steps over and says, "Let me get a look at your ID."
Send it to his information.
He
so
takes a look at
reads
his.
it.
He says, "All right, stand down. I said stand down!" And
He's shaking, so it's the lady behind the desk.
let's go, bitches! Today's the day! Stand down! And he says, you have one hell of a way of introducing yourselves.
Well, we weren't trying to introduce ourselves this way. We were trying to come here, but your overzealous security officer here decided to stop my pilot.
That's bullshit. They jumped me and took my gun. Just like I said.
Hey, buddy, we're still here for the permits that you were telling us about. Is it 100 credits per? Is that still the right price?
No, I think it was 150. I have it
That's
ready.
right.
It was.
You mentioned there was a fee.
He says, the chief says, all right, you and you, keep doing what you need to do outside of here. Anyone but here, I'll handle this. It says, all right, everyone up. Let's have a seat over here. And he takes you over into a conference room, just a table with some chairs and a crappy whiteboard. And says, all right, everybody, have a seat. And tell me what the hell is going on.
Ash reaches down and lifts script up. Like,
Oh.
We're good, fella.
Okay.
We're okay.
I was recharging.
You have to hold his button for at least 3 seconds.
There's a little outlet on the floor where one bugs from.
As my weapons expert said, we're here on
Your what?
an information mission. My name is Professor Fineglass. What may I call you, Chief?
I'm Chief Ober.
Chief Ober. A pleasure.
And what do you have to do with the profits, Professor?
I'm a academician of sorts. I've provide the prophets with a lot of their training and knowledge
And
back at the academy.
and these other fellows?
Are part of my team.
Well, then I'll direct my queries to you, Prophet, since you're running this thing, he says to Zoma. What's your mission here?
We are looking for perpetrator of possible virus. Maybe something worse. Our doctor needs access to your sick bay to look for any signs or symptoms of disease that has not yet been seen. We need access to security cameras to see footage of comings and goings of different ships and people.
Secure? Like what?
Or maybe just ship's log.
Ship log.
Or logs of ships.
I am weapon
coming
expert, not people expert.
And if I were to go to the trouble of finding ship logs, and we don't have a lot of personnel here to help out with this, and if I were to do that, the value here is you might be heading off something with a virus? Is that what I'm hearing?
We could potentially stop virus before it spreads too far.
What ship did it come by?
Calliope.
All right, so you want logs on Calliope then?
Yes.
I can get you logs probably within the hour. Video, it's going to take longer, but I'm willing to help if it's going to help us.
Chief Ober, if we can assist in any way, we are quite proficient in this type of research.
I'm not letting you anywhere near my internal computers.
Very well.
Can I get you any Froyo? I know a place. It's around the corner. It's not far.
Yeah, is there like a coffee maker or anything?
There is,
Okay,
absolutely.
like, Script has just been kind of offhandedly fiddling with it and, like, working to try to, like, fine-tune and, like you know,
So
kind of
it's
get it.
Cappuccino.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to turn it into, like an espresso machine.
How did you get my French
I have
press to
upgraded
make
your
it?
software.
He's like, oh, you unlocked that. Now we don't have to use those special K-cups. Thank you. He says, all right, look, do me a favor. Stay clear of the officers. They've got a bone to pick you. And quite honestly, they're not the only ones, Prophet. So you, again, directing it just at Zoma, you want to keep an eye out. I'm sure there's plenty of people that wouldn't mind running into a Prophet. So stick with your friends.
Your officer was the one that tried to extort us, though.
We don't get the best of help out here. I take what I can get. And I'll offer you this. And he goes over to a machine and it does this daisy printer grinding printout. And he hands printouts to Ash and Zoma for a permit for your weapons.
All right. That's mighty kind of you. Thank you.
This should keep you out of trouble from these guys, and if you have any other issues, you can just call in here. I'll reach out. I've got your ID, and I'll reach out and let you know if when we have information.
Is there a sick bay on this station or a medical office?
There is. It's up a level, almost directly above here. You're looking for, or I should know this name by heart, clearly. You're looking for Dr. Eleni.
Thank you.
Tom or Ash, what is our shuttle's name or title?
Go for it, Ash.
Yeah, she's the Queen Bee.
I need you to also delete any trace of
It's
Queen Bee.
KWELNBY. Queen Bee.
Erase that from system after we leave.
After you leave, we can do that.
Did you get the K?
Silent K?
The KW.
Is there anything else we can do for you here to make you all more comfortable?
Free Froyo pass?
All right. I think we're done here.
What was the doctor's name? I'm sorry.
Dr.
Eleni.
Eleni.
And he kicks open the door and walks over to his own little office and leaves the door open. And then comes back, gets himself a cup of coffee, and then goes back.
As we exit the facility, I'll hold up the permit and show the officer.
What you doing?
We're heading to the med bay, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. 5 of you head up top to the med bay. You are up there. It has big, wide open double doors to allow emergency people being rushed in. You don't think this place gets a lot of work. There's multiple beds, and it's set up more like an emergency military triage that's been converted into more of just a general practice. Half the lights, though, are turned off. A lot of equipment's just piled into one area. And there is a lady with a lab coat similar to yours, Dr. Pastuza. And she is leaning back in her chair with her feet on her desk, reading something on a data pad.
Is there anybody else? Is there like anybody in beds or?
There is one patient in a bed. You can hear some little breathing apparatus with the curtains drawn around.
Okay. Good afternoon. Hello.
How does time work?
Good space.
Hello. Are you Dr. Eleni?
Why, yes, I am. And what can I do for you?
My name is Dr. Pastuza.
Oh, a fellow doctor.
Yeah. Chief Ober directed me your way. Told me where to find you. I'm here on a little bit of a probably chasing my tail.
I have a pill for that.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, have you had in the last several weeks had any strange symptoms? Maybe some violent patients that very violent may be the wrong word, but very aggressive towards everyone else.
Well, being as you're new here and you may not know that, there's plenty of violence around here. There's rough and tumble drunk construction workers. There's all sorts of criminals, drug dealers, gangers. There's all sorts of trouble. So if you're talking about that kind of violence, yeah, that's my most common.
Not talking about that kind of violence. This would be something odd. It would definitely you would remember it if you saw it. Some of the patients I've seen have had red glowing eyes. Some have even had claws grown out of
Claws. Can't say I've heard any claws. I have heard of some stranger who was acting weird that people asked me to come take a look and see if I could calm him down, but I couldn't find him. Said he was yelling and rambling.
Where was that at?
In one of the construction yards. There were so many. I did a cursory look around, but didn't find anyone. They said he was stirring up trouble and tossing things around and acting all wild-like, and I just told him it wasn't for my job and told security to keep an eye on it.
How long ago was this?
I don't know. 4 or 5 days ago.
Okay. Thank you.
May I ask, why are you asking? Why are you here? Is there something I should know?
There was someone who was picked up not far from here out in space, and they had an affliction I've never seen before, but people around, there was a young boy, and people that have spent time in his proximity have gotten these symptoms that I just described to you. Not everyone, but some of them.
All right.
Some people.
Well, I'll let the head operator of the station know and security
Probably
know.
nothing to worry about, but since
I've
I
heard
was
that before.
I was around here anyways, I'm just checking in to see. Do you need any help around here? I see you're the only doctor working.
I'm the only one, but things normally pick up in the next couple hours as the second shift ends and the drinking begins. So bars will be full, and I'm sure there'll be some bloody noses coming in not too long from now.
Okay. Well, if you need any help, and I'll give her my information.
All right.
She can ring me if she needs it.
Well, I thank you for that, and I hope you can find what you're looking for.
Me too. Thank you.
She nods and goes back to her reading.
And as we're leaving, Script puts down the piece of equipment that he was working with. It's like, the muon inhibitor was malfunctioning. I fixed it.
She says, "Why, thank you." And it's like, good luck, Timmy. We now have the muon inhibitor. She says, "Yes."
And you have a muon inhibitor. I have a question, but Zoma, I don't think would know to ask this question, so I want to ask it.
Yes.
The Blue Line Inc. North Rig, was that a different place that the Citadel had requested we go to? Or
Yeah,
was
it's a
it
different
here?
planet.
Yeah.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
That was a planet, whereas we're
In
in
the
like
data
Oh,
drop
yep,
that we
yep.
received.
I didn't
Yeah.
know if that was in this system or not. Okay.
Yeah, and it was priority 4. So priority 5s are just informational things. Priority 4 are assignments of, hey, be aware this is something you could be doing. Priority 3s are, this is pretty significant. You need to be acting on this very soon. Priority 2s are right now, high priority. There's really big things at stake. And then priority 1 is the entire alliance is in immediate jeopardy.
I'm sure if we ignore this priority 4, it's going to become a priority 1.
It'll take care of
Just
itself.
Not
right
that
on
I've
out.
played with anybody for a while, but
Ash,
Yeah.
can I share those books?
Oh, sure. Zoma, do you still have this satchel?
Yes, I do. Duh.
Yeah, so here.
Yeah, Professor, get back in.
Thank you. And Professor Fineglass begins to peruse through these books. The 3 books: The Edge of the Polaris, The Pilot Northbound, and Lords of the Ocean. And they're written in a common language, or
Yep.
okay.
Nothing fancy other than it's been literally handwritten. You would put these at quite a valuable commodity for those who collected such a thing. Totally out of character for this station.
Right. He's kind of. So, are they works of fiction? Are they biographies? Are they what type? What genre of literature?
It is The Edge of Polaris is a fiction. Pilot Northbound is more of a fictional, like Zen in the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance type vibe. And then Lords of the Ocean is a historical religious text.
Okay. I'm curious of who's looking for these books. Shall we go visit our friend Patal?
I am curious why we did not give these back to him at the time of finding them.
A little bit of field information gathering. We'll give them back. We just
Why are you so curious about these books?
Well, books themselves are quite rare these days.
So you're
And-
suspicious of anybody that has the money to purchase them?
No, no. I'm curious why out here in the frontier, in the middle of nowhere, somebody is buying books.
These stories and books, titles and all that stuff, are they in like some main database that like everybody has access to, kind of like general knowledge
Sure.
kind of thing? So okay, so they
Encyclopedia
Wikipedia.
Galactica.
Yes.
yeah, so they are very much useless to, except for the
As a collector's
rarity
item.
of them. Yeah, but you don't need the books to get these stories.
Correct.
Are we going to construction? Yeah, where do we go?
That seems like probably not what we're looking for. She had no idea, didn't seem like to have any knowledge of anybody with the symptoms we've seen. I mean, we could follow it up with the security officer.
Based on what we've seen, if there was someone, walking around with these ailments, the entire place would be infected by now.
Well, I don't know if it's contagious so much as if anybody was around that boy for an extended period of time.
Point made.
It would make sense to at least follow up. We have very few other leads.
Didn't Velu mention that there was kind of a magical thing about it, right? It wasn't just the being around, but there was some force field effects.
Nobody
He was the
believes in
only
magic,
one-
Ash.
Well, all right. I mean, it's a good point.
I've heard of some people who
Really
have these
does?
things inside of their bodies that makes them do superhuman things. It's very cool.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
I think it's called penicillin or something.
All right.
Well, should we go visit Patal? Or should we go to the construction yard?
Well, it makes sense we give these books back to him, right? If they're rightfully his, he'd want them back. I know I would if they were mine.
Let's pay him a visit and ask a couple more questions.
Was I incorrect in thinking that Patel said there were like markings in the book?
There are
Or they were just saying he was handwritten?
handwritten. Every
Handwritten, yeah.
letter.
And,
Maybe we can find some Froyo on the way?
very well.
Please don't make that the episode name.
Finding Froyo.
It is now.
Damn it.
That's a winner.
Like, ooh, who's Froyo? That's gotta be really important.
That's a winner.
You know what? I think it should be Queen Bee.
Okay, W.
So as we walk towards the beach hotel,
There is a big alarm that makes you all alarmed for a second, but it is just a work shift alarm they've repurposed, and moments later, just a mass of 60, 70 guys just coming down this corridor, look sweaty as all hell, and are slowly walking, cursing, laughing, punching each other, and done with their work.
what kind of work are they doing on a facility like this?
Definitely manual labor by what you can tell. Ash, you can absolutely tell that they've been in suits or in one of those maintenance flyers. Just very stressful work out in space.
Yeah. It's a tough one out there. Space kills.
Professor Fineglass is just leafing still through these old manuscripts. all
Zoma's
these-
going
all
to put a
these
stop
books.
to that as soon as that alarm bell rang. He's going to put the books back in his backpack.
Okay.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't trust people with these books. If you say they're as rare as they are, Zoma wants them back in safety.
Zoma, hold on, it's okay. It's a book.
Someone literally tried to steal these 30 minutes ago.
People try to steal all kinds of things on a ship out here like this.
Well, it'll be easier if you have them out in the open. You can read later. Here, I send them to you right now. I send them to you 50 times. Here, copy,
It's
copy.
not what I'm looking for. These are rare originals. Handwritten.
Look at them later.
But they're not our originals, right, Professor? According to the moral ethic codes, and for the profits, we want to return all property to those who.
We're
need it,
heading
so-
that way.
So we're going to give it back to them.
We're heading that way.
We're great.
Don't worry.
I seem awfully curious about these books. It's very weird.
Who wouldn't be?
Me?
The crowd of guys that are ahead of you, you're kind of like going through the wave of, they're like a current
Sorry.
going against you.
Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry.
As they go
Oh,
by,
that was me. Sorry. Watch your hands.
you see they've also gone around almost like fish around a pier beam. There's one guy who's standing perfectly still, maybe 50 feet away. He is a guy in a long trench coat that is a little tight on him, a human with slightly palish skin, who is staring at all of you and just let the crowd go around him. And as the crowd goes past you, it is he alone that is staring at you. And he slowly walks over.
That guy is staring at us.
Script, it's not polite to point.
It's not polite to stare.
He walks up and nods. You can see he has a heavy pistol at his side, although he does not, he's keeping it concealed, doesn't have it drawn at all. And he says, "So, second shift's done. Doesn't look like you're off to entertain yourselves or start your third shift, so I have a feeling you're here on some other kind of work, huh?"
Actually, we're here on business, yes.
"I hear you might be here on a particular kind of business. Kind of business where you might foretell things.
Foretell things.
Looking into the future, perhaps identifying dangerous prophecies."
Not ringing a bell for me.
And he looks at the Territor Rhino, Zoma in particular, as he says that.
Who is like oozing through the other prophets to meet this guy face to face, horn to horn, horn to mouth, really. Yeah.
Horn to mouth.
It's like in his mouth.
You
I'm
gotta,
staring at him.
don't Google that, by the way. HTM.
That's some weird territory shit right there.
Territory porn.
Yeah, horn to mouth, baby. He's
What would you rather have? The
it's the lesser of two evils.
Making notes over there.
Oh, God.
I have a feeling that if certain prophecies aren't carefully spoken of, they might cause confusion around here at Arcrise. And some of us would really like confusion not to happen. We like things to remain as they are, nice and simple.
We're just here trading books.
Stop talking about the fucking books.
He looks at you, Zoma, and says, "Are you interested in keeping things nice and simple?"
No, and I'll push him out of the way.
You push him out of the way, and he says, You're looking for trouble, sir."
Joma. The kind gentleman just wants to make sure that
He wants to make profit off of me. I will show him what a profit really is. What do you want?
He says, "I'm just here to pass on some friendly advice that you're not interested in hearing. I'll say my good day." And he walks in the opposite direction.
We seem nice.
This place is weird.
Joma, I don't
Is
think
one
that
of those
was
books
necessary.
called Developing Friends and Winning Allies.
What?
Where are you headed?
There's a little brush up there.
We're headed to the what's it called? The
The beach hotel.
Beach Hotel.
All right, you
Beach
head
motel.
to this beach motel. It is a coffin motel, those really narrow bed-only Japanese-style places. It's decent quality, but still excruciatingly cramped. And you are there. There's a little kiosk. You search for a name, and a little face appears, and it is the Patal, mushroom Arkoi fellow you ran into on the causeway.
We do take offense at the mushroom description.
Sorry. Muffin top.
That's better.
You walked right into that.
I was trying to be nice.
Patal. Glad we found you here.
Oh yeah, it's you.
Yes, it's us.
Did you find her? What about the books?
Her. No, we found no person.
No, I found it.
Your head comes into the screen, forcing his way in. You're pushed out, and Tim, you may continue.
Yes, found her temporarily, I guess, but we do have the books.
You do? Oh, well, wait right there. I'll be right out. And then a sliding door opens up about 3 feet away from you, and out he comes from 3 levels up, flops onto the floor, and stands up.
Everybody just flops.
Yeah. A slinky, a slinky.
So, yes, we've got them here. Can we deliver them to you? For you?
What? What? What?
For-
No, like literally,
you.
I, Tom, have no idea what you just said. Level them up to me?
Deliver.
Wow! Wow! Did I not get that?
Deliver them for ya.
Snort. I'm a solo business guy, but in all honesty, I wouldn't mind a little company. And keeping an eye. You've got this soldier here with the horn, so yeah. It's a bit of a walk.
We have the time.
I'm happy to introduce you to my contact.
Very well. Shall we go?
Right this way. Of course. And he reaches for the satchel?
Nope.
The security will keep a hold of it until we get there.
For safety.
That looks like my satchel, but what's inside?
The books.
Show me.
Show him the books.
Here.
He looks inside and says, okay, those are my books.
Book 1. Book 2. And he shows him book 1 again. Book 3.
And why aren't you giving them to me? I thought we were friends.
Yes, and when we met, these books were stolen from you, no?
Oh, and he reaches in and pulls out some cred chits.
No. For
Yes.
profit. We do not do this for payment. We do this for profit.
I will take that.
God damn it.
There's your tagline.
But they're mine.
Yes, to sell to someone else. I go with you to help sell.
I don't need help selling. I've already made the sale. I just need to deliver the books that you're not giving to me.
Rephrase. I help deliver to help sell.
I just want my books.
Hey, Professor. If he wants his books and there is material, according to the codes, we
Ash.
really should... I'm just saying.
Ash.
I don't want to keep. I want to help you get them there safely.
Okay, then give them to me and you can help me get them there safely.
Patal.
Why would I go if I give them to you?
Zoma. Patal. Ash. Patal.
Ash.
Zoma.
But all?
Zoma.
Well,
Dr. Feinberg.
I'm curious.
It's his property. Why can't we let him carry it?
Dr. Pastuza.
I'm just curious. I have not come across such an example of a manuscript in my long archaeological career. I'd like to look at them a little bit longer, if it's okay.
He wants to look at 'em.
Just curious. I have not come across such an example of a manuscript in my long archaeological career. I'd like to look at them a little bit longer, if it's okay.
Well, let me get my things then.
Zoma is very confused. Are we keeping them safe with Zoma, or are we letting anybody hold them?
He goes up to a little makeshift ladder into his little cubicle and grabs something.
It sounds like anybody can hold them, but Patal.
All right. Anybody can
That seems to be what you all are implying.
And he says, so,
Could I perhaps rent them from you? Check them out like a library.
no, they're being sold. And
Yeah, we just offered to take him to
Counter
his
offer.
drop.
We will, but maybe we can take the scenic route.
It's a you.
this is not sounding good at all. It's a you.
This deal is changing all the time.
I thought you were doing a Mario for a second.
It's a you.
Not a we, it's a you.
Who's on first?
It's okay. It's okay. I was just asking.
So you're not giving back my books and you're taking me on a
Zoma
scenic
doesn't
route?
care.
Zoma, give him the satchel.
Zoma puts the books on the table.
He,
Anybody take them. I don't care.
he reaches out and he grabs the books. He looks inside the satchel.
Zoma
Looks.
picks him up and puts him in his backpack.
He looks underneath the books, making sure there's nothing extra in there. And he says, okay.
Nothing
I
extra.
might not be able to steal you, but
Right.
I can steal the books, but I can steal you.
He puts the satchel over his shoulder. It was your bit.
But he made it Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And he takes just 2 steps back warily from you, Professor Fineglass.
I didn't mean any confusion.
I was definitely confused, and maybe I shouldn't have done what I did then, but thank you for giving me back my books.
Of course. We're here
What
to-
did you do?
The door opens up, and a mustached security guard comes in. All right, here. Oh, my God.
God.
Hello again.
Excellent.
He has his hand on his pistol.
Drop to the floor.
Sorry.
Submissive routine enabled. He has his hand on his pistol and says, "What's going on? What the hell?"
Misunderstanding.
Beto, what the fuck?
He says, "You weren't giving me back my books."
I wasn't not giving you your books.
One!
Why one? That makes no sense either.
Look, you guys gotta knock this crap off.
We're good here, thank you.
Hey, I got my permit.
Yeah, I'm allowed to carry this now. You said.
Look, I'm gonna give you this one warning. But if you don't...
Wineglass shuts.
Damn it. All right. That's exactly what happens. There's some curse words, and he stomps off to go tell Mom.
So we're off
All right.
to the Patal's customer.
All right. He walks down the corridors past and more strange-smelling restaurants, a couple smaller bars that have got some laughter and music blaring out of them, and makes his way to some more residential areas, quarters, just hallways and hallways of doors, some open, some closed, but all very, very similar until he comes across one and says, you know what? I'm not going to ask any more questions, actually, now that I think about it. And he buzzes at the door. The door opens, and you see in there is a slightly tall, thin, yellow alien with 4 squid arms just flailing in the air constantly as it opens it, like
Can't
the
keep the
incredible
excitement.
It's actually having a really bad day. It's just in reflex.
I can't stop crying.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailer too, man.
Right? Did I get the voice right? Was
You
that the one?
totally got the voice right. Sorry. And the character. Go ahead, Jeremy.
First NPC.
I've been worried about these books all day.
I've found the books finally. These are some of my associates. Can we come in?
I don't like the big guns. They're scary. Can they stay outside, please? They were not a part of this arrangement.
Can I let my friend in? My fellow Archoi. He's a professor.
Oh, I like Professor. Yes.
I'm glad I'm staying outside.
Come inside, Professor.
Thank you.
They come inside and close the door behind them. Inside, you see it is a shop of some. It's a very small shop of unusual antiquities. So small wooden statues carved on some tribal place. Some interesting plates with weird, cool holographic designs that are of some interest. Some sort of scroll behind a case. And your Meyer pin goes off. No.
Professor Fineglass is in awe.
You definitely don't know exactly what these things are, but you do know some of the artistry behind them and the value behind them. And again, seems out of place. Your friend here, Patal, says, I was able to bring the books just like we agreed upon, and it was a bit of a hassle getting here. I had them stolen.
Oh, that's the worst. It wasn't possibly anyone I could have known or may have to stop or have to look at and be worried about, is it? Because that would be awful. Oh.
You should be like a yellow lounge chair being fed grapes from Futurama.
Yes.
No, it was some sort of just thief, ruffian. I don't think it was any of the gang members or anything like that. I did have a bit of a run-in with security, but my friends took care of it.
Oh, very helpful, very helpful. Glad you were here. The security is the worst.
I'm quite impressed with your collection here.
Yes, it's one of the best you'll find around here. It is one of the best around anywhere. I'm so sorry. I can't stop my tears.
His tentacles are going constantly.
Are the tears coming out of the tentacles?
Oh, yeah.
Sprinklers.
Yeah,
It's
they're
like
getting
when
splattered.
It's like that old everybody's drenched 1990s.
Like a kid's,
Yeah,
the lawn toy. Just wait till he's aroused.
This is my smiling face.
Why here of all places?
What a silly question for answers that we don't need to talk about. Let me see my books, please.
The books are handed over, just like you asked, in excellent condition as well.
Yeah. I thought there was further actions there. I was waiting to see if he was going to flail or flip them. Yes, this is good. Ooh, this one's a great one here. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see them in full conditions. And yes, the handwriting is perfect. This one has calligraphy.
You're getting them moist. Now, if you would just pay me here, and he slides his little cred stick through a slot and waiting for you to input how much he gets.
Yes, well, exactly as agreed upon, right? The full amount that we said for each of the 3 books, of course, in their full, complete forms, as I have to pay for 3,000 credits.
Perfect. That's just what we agreed. Thank you. And I will reach out if I come across anything else on your list, and we will continue our wonderful arrangement.
Sir, I didn't catch your name.
No, you did not. Goodbye. I'm glad to see you all.
Affle, do you want to tell them your name or not?
You may call me Aphrodite. I'm like a fancy flower.
Affodil.
He augmented my name.
Why does this one have pages missing?
So is this your personal collection, or is this perhaps a shop?
There's a lot of questions on your friend here. Vital, what a lovely, inquisitive person.
Well, I am an Arkoi. This is my jam, as they say in space. Space
Yes,
jam.
you have jams. I don't think I have time to make new friends.
It's more of a, if you don't mind, affadiddle. He suddenly gets a little bitchy. It's
Call him affadiddle?
It's a unique shop that special people are invited to, that from time to time, that are outside of many jurisdictions.
Prying eyes need not know no understandings.
Oh, please don't misunderstand. I'm not prying. Simply curious.
Acquisitions always draw the curious, especially for those who are interested in finding things beyond their reach.
Well said.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Oh, I must continue my further business away from you.
Thank you, Julia Child.
He's got those kitchen mats with the holes in them throughout his entire shop, so no one slips and hurts on the moisture.
Tom, I'd like to never run into that.
Oh no! I'm trying to think of a way he becomes
That's
a
the new
recurring
Meyer.
I've
character.
hurt my feelings. Oh, I'm crying again.
Perfect beef Wellington.
Professor Trelawney over there.
All right, are you guys have any other questions for Athel?
Apparently, I don't get to ask questions of Athel, so
You can ask.
it's okay.
All right.
We'll run into him again.
Okay. You guys leave his place, which does have a name on it called The Bloom, you see as a sign. And
Remember, where it blooms, it shines.
That doesn't make
no,
sense.
it doesn't.
They can't all be winners, guys. Fuck you.
Where it shines, it blooms.
That makes more sense.
And script, you did notice there is a hidden turret in the ceiling. You're able to just barely identify, so he does have some protection here.
Well, Patal, thank you for that interesting experience. Where do you head to from here?
Well, I have to wait a couple days, and then I board a ship and head out to other locations to acquire whatever I can acquire. I need to wheel and deal and make connections. Affadiddle has a request list, and I have other buyers out there, and that's what I do. It's quite profitable and exciting once you have the right connections.
Of course.
And now you have a connection in me, and no ill will towards me calling security.
Oh, don't worry about the security.
We don't. Sorry, I don't know what's happened.
Apple peeked his head out. I'm not worried about it.
And yes, Professor Fineglass passes his covert identity, not his profit identity, but his
Sure.
Cover identity.
cover identity along to Patal.
Okay.
Professor Glassfine.
Professor at Large. Well, best of luck on your adventures.
And yes, likewise, be in touch.
And he heads off.
Where it blooms, it shines. I like that catchphrase. Where do we go now? We didn't get much information here.
We should go to where the crazy person was acting out.
What about Chief Ober? He owes
Yeah, we
us
have a list
some. He owes us some logs.
He said he would contact us.
Let us go towards construction, and hopefully he will
You know,
yes.
no, you go ahead.
He will talk to us since I was trying to find the word.
I have a habit of talking over you, dumbass.
Finishing each other's sentences.
It's more of a gift, really. I was thinking that the areas that were supposed to happen, according to what the doc said, a lot of what did you use the word, Professor? Scuttlebutts? That could happen
Scuttlebutt.
around the other actual workers. I could talk to some of the other pilots down there. Maybe see them in the bar and see if they have some any information for us. Maybe they've heard of something or seen something. Somebody picked up the kid, right? It was the Calliope, so maybe someone knows something around what else may have happened here.
Talking to common folk could be useful.
If the Calliope did dock here after picking up that child,
Yeah,
So-
it's in,
To the rot route.
To the rot route, did I hear?
yeah, that's,
Oh, okay.
that's a different
Yeah, I'm
area.
glad you got that because
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
All right.
The rot route is
Bar.
Yeah, but it's not in the area where the doctor had talked about the guy acting out. Is
Correct. That was in the construction.
Correct.
it? Do we want to split up? That is always a good idea.
We have so much time, like you said earlier. Why don't we stay together?
Okay.
so are we heading to the bar then?
Sounds like it.
Let's go.
So where? I'm sorry. We're heading where?
To the rot route.
Rot route. All right, you head to the Rot route. It is a large bar / pseudo restaurant. As you approach, it has probably the worst smelling food of any of the places you've gone by. The music is too loud. It is that mid-90s sci-fi show what their best guess of what futuristic music would be like, which is always wrong.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll.
I know, licensing fees. And you go
Clearly a
in.
parody.
But it's always got that digital xylophone.
Oh. There's like a couple couples that are like dancing with neon rods in their hands just to make it look cool. Couple people with the Logan's Run little cloaks on, and you go in. The place is more brightly lit than you were expecting. The floors have lights built into them and give light from underneath, which casts weird glows upon everyone. The place is mostly packed. Lots of some construction worker types or just other people more in this commercial area are chilling out, relaxing. There's more couples, but still on the slightly dangerous, seedy side. So you get some looks, Ash and Zoma, for your large weapons that you have on, and some people give you a wide berth, but no one's raining any security down on you or anything like that. There's a big bar. There's a second level that has more tables up on there, stairs that are just hovering in place that don't seem to be attached to anything, and again, just loud and cacophonous.
Gentlemen, we're just here to recharging the batteries on our ship for our next fold.
Is that to us, Professor?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. We're charging the ship. Gotcha. Right.
You guys relax, sit down, and recharge yourselves with some drinks and some food.
Here.
Feel a little better.
Great. Plug into wall.
I like the juice.
The lights dim a little bit. First round is on Zoma. I'll go up to the bar.
All right. You go up to the bar. There's an old man bartender behind there, and he gets you guys some drinks. What drinks in particular does Zoma like for him and his friends?
I like finest space ale. It is called Terminator Blaster 7.
Terminator Blaster 7. All right, hold
It
on.
is mix of 3 different drinks.
Terminator, Blaster, and
7 and
We all-
7.
Yeah.
Terminator and Blaster.
Oh, I'm making note of that for later. All right. He gets you set up with that, and as he gets the drinks and is pouring them, he hands over the drinks to you and looks at you, Zoma, and says, "Hey, haven't I seen you before?"
You say that to all Territor?
No, you just look familiar.
Familiar how?
I don't know. It seemed like I've seen you. Do you come around here often? Maybe I've seen you somewhere else.
Not here, but I've been to a bar or two before. Have you worked at other establishment?
No, this is the only place I've really worked, at least for a while. And you look like you're not feeling too happy and upbeat.
It's just face.
Resting rhino face.
Well, enjoy your drinks. I'll see if I can place you. And some advice, my new friend. If you're ever feeling down and blue again, sometimes the wrong action's the right one. Is that just what he wanted to hear?
Zoma will take out a couple credits and just say, "Why don't you try to forget who I am?"
He takes the credits and immediately turns away from you. As you start making your way back, you do make your way back to your friends. You bring the drinks, and as Zoma sits down, you can see entering this establishment are 3 people of note.
The security.
3 people. One. 3 people enter. These people stand out from all of the others. They are dressed in significant battle armor of the Eclipse Domain. The Eclipse Domain is a collection of worlds and regions of space northwards on our galactic map that border up against your Nova Alliance. There is no love lost between the two of you. While there's no all-out war in the thin neutral-ish zone between the two of you, ships go disappearing all the time.
As he brings the drinks back to the table, Zoma sees the soldiers kind of enter and keeps Script facing away from them.
Okay.
And just casually, or like, we might not be here for much longer. Here, take drinks. We need to drink fast.
Why? What is going on?
Dr. Pastuza, you see one of these Eclipse guys, and their armor, by the way, is dark gray, and then it has those like rivulet reddish lines underneath that sometimes have a little bit of light movement between them. They have cool, slick-ass helmets on. They have their weapons on their backs. They look decked out, ready for battle, but striding in confidently. One of them points off to the side, and one of their guys breaks off and heads over to a different table and sits down, whereas the 2 come directly over towards your table. Alistair's groaning over there.
Has Script picked up on this yet?
Sure. You turn around and see them approaching.
Yeah, at some point, just Script.
His hand is already on his gun at this stage.
As Professor might say, try to be civil.
It doesn't say anything. Has nothing to say
All right.
at this stage.
And why is Script acting this way?
Because Script, the Eclipse Domain are purists who do basically they're white supremacists, essentially, who particularly hate androids. So they are against artificial intelligence. And Script has a history of, from his military experience, of being near and around the Eclipse Domain in some of the skirmishes and battles, and has developed quite a hatred for Eclipse Domain, period.
All right. The soldier, the Eclipse soldier who broke off, is sitting down at a table with a guy in a construction vest and a beard and is having a conversation with him. Whereas at your table with the 5 of you, the main guy walks up, pulls out your 6th chair since Velu isn't there. Pulls out that chair and does a Commander Riker leg over the back and arrogantly sits down.
What would the chance be of Script being able to kick that chair right out?
Zero chance.
You're in the middle of the booth. You're in the center booth.
Use a hero point.
He sits down and stands there looking like kind of like a Master Chief almost from Halo. And he flips a couple latches and takes off his helmet with a hiss and pounds it down on the table. And you see a slightly sweaty guy, though, with gorgeous-looking hair, well-trimmed beard of a human staring at you all. And he says, "Hello, prophets. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Commander Mikeson. And we need to have a little talk."
This is the point where the camera pans down and we see that the slim lace pistol is drawn and out under the table, pointing at his balls.
Okay. But you make one fatal mistake. You go 2 with 2 fingers pointed up. 2 with the thumb. He says, "We need to have a talk. We are not enemies here. But if you're not careful, we could quickly become so. And I think there would be quite a heavy toll paid. And I don't think anyone would like that. So I'm here to give you some advice."
We're good.
Well, no, I want to hear this.
Yes. Tell us a joke.
The joke is that you are what's left of your intelligence for your alliance. Not much, barely hanging in there by all accounts. Very few in number, and if my latest information is correct, you're the latest recruits, which really, I think, says a lot. You see some sort of chuckle motion from the Halo Chief behind
I'm feeling
him.
vibrations from Script.
Yeah.
Well, we are your counterparts on the other side. And I'm sure you're here doing whatever little assignment you have to do, and I'm sure it's very important to the Alliance. My advice to you is that, 1, stay out of our affairs here. 2, we have connections quite deep here with multiple organizations. 3, you do not want to be stirring up any trouble while you're here, particularly with us. So if you stay clear of us, we will stay clear of you. And 4, it would be recommended for you to leave in that shuttle as soon as expediently possible. No threat here, per se. No huge rush, but I would say your welcome is running out soon. Do we have an understanding?
Dr. Pastuja, how many days did you get us in that hotel? 6, 7?
10?
Excellent.
Then hopefully we won't be seeing you around for much longer than that.
Or what?
You're now talking, you and you. Ash, I haven't heard anything from you. Ash, make an observation roll, please.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll it right now. I feel like I'm taking a look at things. Pass.
Pass. You see there is an exchange of cred sticks happening at the other table with the 3rd Eclipse agent.
Which are the credits going to the Eclipse?
To the local guy. And Commander Mikeson says, Well, I think we have an understanding. I think hopefully we will not run into any trouble with each other and that we won't see each other again. And enjoy your meal. I've already paid for it. And he stands up and picks up his helmet and latches it on, and they walk away.
Hey, bartender, I want my credits back.
And we will stop there for tonight.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. It's been an absolute blast. We got to take a look at an interesting side of a space station. And what the hell? Zoma is just eager to stir up trouble. Interesting. I love it. And we will be taking next week off. We'll be back after that with our next adventure. And we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.